just says all this crazy shit so casually, like it's just, you know, like there's some sort of perverse enjoyment to be gained from looking at what a wretched little piece of filth he is. You know what I mean? Yeah, I tear bits of skin on my back. Yeah, I tore my toenail out. Yeah, I thought there was a dead animal in the roof, but there wasn't, and I fell through it. I could smell the animal. It's just like, well.
And so,
oh god, dude, it's like retch-worthy. This whole story. Oh my god, dude. Oh god, it makes you feel nauseous, doesn't it? Yeah. So, basically, the long story short is we already know that Asmongold is now the biggest political streamer, I think, on Twitch. Which is why I find it so bizarre that you get these little stories that crop up about him. Who is this in the replies? Why is it, bro? Who is this little wretch? Oh my god, dude. I cannot believe it, bro. Like a dead animal in Asmongold's attic, Mutar fucking falls through the ceiling. What the fuck, dude? Anyway, I don't want to get called obsessed, so we'll move quickly on, okay? Took the day off to find some dead animal in my attic that smelled bad and ended up falling through the ceiling. Pretty sure I'm living in Sen's Fortress. What is Sen's Fortress? I don't understand that reference. Fucking hell, dude. I mean, I guess credit for, like, going to find this dead animal that apparently has been rotting away for ages. Maybe? I don't know, dude. What is this guy's problem? Oh, it's a Dark Souls area. Okay, got it. Dark Souls joke. Got it. Sen's Fortress is some sort of wretched horror zone, I'm presuming. Is that right? Something like that? Something along those lines, I'm guessing? Got it. Okay. I wouldn't get it. I don't get it, but you've explained it, so I get it now. Anyway, thankfully, Asmongold has actually gone into some detail about this situation and has spoken about it. So we'll have a little listen and see what he's got to say.
I got insanely fucking lucky. I could have hurt myself. I could have broken a bone. I could have died. I'm not doing that again. Yes.
No, it's all long skywalks and you can fall if you make a wrong move. Oh, so it's not a reference to the fact he found a dead beast in his attic. It's more about the element of falling off of something tall or something. Is that right?
Yesterday was fucking crazy. Basically, oh god. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. We had a pretty big day today, or yesterday, I mean, and yeah. So I had to take the day off. I woke up and I couldn't sleep. Well, it's basically like yesterday was a really good example of how you ever have one of those days where like everything just kind of the dominoes always fall in a way that is not good for you. Well, this was one of my dominoes yesterday. And so
is that the beast there? Am I seeing that? Is that like a sort of skeletal beast thing or something? What part is a dead animal? Well, the thing is, I have liked some of Asmongold's perspectives previously, but ever since Trump took office, it just feels like he's hardline pivoted into this like massive Trump-supported cocksucker. I've not really covered his stuff that much because I don't really care about the politics shit, but when I saw this, I was like, wretched beast in Asmongold's attic that isn't Asmongold for once. Wow, let's have a little look and see what this is all about. And I just don't really understand how this guy his living situation should evoke a great feeling of shame and horror, but for some reason he's just like, yeah, look, I was trying to find a dead skeletal beast in my attic and look at what happened. Like, I'd be like embarrassed to post stuff like this, but he just seemingly has got like no sense of shame whatsoever, which I just find very bizarre and interesting. How have you got such little shame that you could just post stuff like this and not feel that sense of like, oh, this is going to look pretty fucking bad, isn't it?
I had to deal with that. I thought this board was safe. This piece of wood, it wasn't. It was not. And so anyway, yep, I fell right through my fucking ceiling. Obviously, I was able to catch myself, and you know, I'm fine, right? I mean, aside from like, you know, 4 or 5 other cuts all over me, other than that, I'm fine. But yeah, no, nothing broken. It's only a flesh wound. It's totally fine. I'll heal in a few days, and that'll be it. And so I'm not worried about it. Good one, jackass. Yeah, I know. Well, so here's what happened, right? Is that apparently, so, okay, let me go back.
So obvious Chud has never owned a home. What do you mean? What part? I mean, you know, obviously I am, dude, buying a house is so much, fucking hell, dude, it's so much more complicated when you're self-employed, man. I'm going around and trying to talk to people about it, and they basically look at me like I'm some absolute filth, essentially. When I walk in, they look at me like filth. I tell them I'm self-employed, and they look at me like even more filth, and they basically tell me to fuck off, essentially, right? So it's, you know, I'm still going through the process of getting what I need, so it's a bit complex at the moment. But in any case, yeah, a home can have shitter stuff in. And, like, I personally wouldn't do it because I'd be worried about doxing and shit. But if you, like, first move into somewhere, I think that you can reasonably be like, oh, look at this crazy thing. They left a dead rat in the roof or whatever, and it's fine. But this is not that. This is, I've lived here for ages, and because of my own wretched beast habits, there's a dead animal in the attic that hasn't been removed for a while. And the course of going and trying removing it, look at what happened. I don't really think that's like, oh, you've never owned a home before take. It's like, well, you've owned a home for years, and you live like such a beast this has happened. And then you're just openly posting about it on social media. I don't know, man.
Back. All right, we're
I don't know, pretty fucked up.
With trying to explain what happened with this, right? Did you get your wounds disinfected? I actually took a bath, and I washed myself completely because there are so many cuts all over me. Like there's this one, there's that one. I think there's one over here too. I don't know if you can really see that one very well. Where is it? There's like some like a little bit, maybe a tiny little bit there. Not a whole lot. And let's see. I'm trying to think. Is there any other ones? Oh yeah, my leg is cut up. Let me see. Can I show the? Yep, there it is. Legs cut up as well. But the fact is, I mean, that's nothing. I mean, really, that's nothing. It's not even a big deal. And so anyway, dude, no, yeah, it's totally fine. Like, I felt like, honestly, so to me, Nan, thank you again for the 10 subs. I appreciate it. And what animal did you find? And did you clean it up? Yeah, I did. Oh, actually, you know what? I can show you a picture. Yeah, I actually did.
Okay. He cleaned it up. Credit to Asmongold. I'll give him that. He cleaned it up. Fair play to him. Well done.
Please see a doctor. What, for a few cuts? For a few, like, a few little cuts on you? You want me to go see a doctor? Like, what the fuck? No, that's ridiculous. And no, it's tetanus. There's no tetanus. There's no...
I mean, if you're searching through your attic because there's potentially some sort of dead beast in there, and in the course of doing so, you fall through, yeah, you probably just want to go and get checked out, wouldn't you? I mean, bro, this guy's got, like, more money than all of us combined in chat. So I don't really get this resistance to going and get it looked at. In America, hell no.
Okay, that's wonderful.
But he's got the money to do it.
Money off depressed people.
As a child of grandfather Nurgle, Asmongold knows nothing but festering filth. He treats rot, decay, and disease like his own children. All wretched gag by not the sight of him, but by his presence.
Thank you for the $10, Slender Ender Guy.
Metal there. What are you talking about? And so anyway, yeah, it can get infected. Anything can get infected.
Wonderful.
I've been cut so many times. It's not a big deal. Asbestos.
A bird died in the loft my parents' place recently, and I think this drama is a complete nothing as it happens to a lot of homeowners, not just beasts.
Well, no, thank you for the super chat. Normally, I'd agree with you. Okay, normally I'd be like, yeah, sure, dead animals get somewhere, whatever. But we're talking about the guy that had a dead rat as an alarm clock and willingly presented this information to the internet. So again, I wouldn't classify this as, oh, this is just what homeowners have to deal with. No, he is a particularly disgusting little beast, is Asmongold. And so I don't think it's like a nothing burger. You know? Also, it's the way he's presenting it. It's the shamelessness of it. So that they have to find some dead animal in my attic that smelled bad.
Okay, that's wonderful.
I mean...
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Why are people acting like doctor visits are expensive? Anyone who makes more than min wage has insurance that makes it like $10.20 for a visit.
Thank you, Simon Dudley, for the very generous $5. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Those not the cuts. So I hate to tell you guys this, but I was reading through a lot of like the comments and everything that people made on this. And I feel like such a bitch saying this, but I have given up. I have surrendered. We are actually going to get a cleaning team out. We're going to have somebody come out and look into whether it's asbestos or not. And we're going to do the whole thing, right? And so...
Wait, they could have asbestos? What? Bro, that shit's like fucking super dangerous. Oh my god, dude. Oh man, how can he live like this? This long? I mean, I guess small credit that he's finally doing it. And like, right, yeah, Shinji knows what Shinji. I think you know exactly my perspective on this as well, right? This is exactly the heart of it. The amount of dick sucking this guy gets from VTubers is hilarious. He does get like a lot of like dick sucking because he's got the right political opinions. And then stuff like this crops up and it's like, I mean, he just looks like a total wretch. But people are too busy sucking him off for his Trump takes, I guess. But you know. I couldn't imagine this, man. I'd be too embarrassed. Moving into a house for the first time, I wouldn't do it because of doxing. Maybe I could see it, but a house you've lived in for a while. Like, you genuinely believe that he just thought, oh yeah, my attic smells bad all of a sudden. No, this is probably something he's been putting off for a while, I would wager.
I didn't want to have to do that, right? I thought I could do it myself, to be honest with you guys. Wonderful. I thought I could just do it all by myself. It'd be no big deal.
Actually, he's probably fine. He's born of the pox.
He's born of the mold. Thank you for the super chat.
Is that yesterday I got so lucky. And, like, I had people telling me, like, oh, yeah, this happened to me, you know, and, like, there's, like, one post, like, I woke up in a hospital, like, oh, like, I had, like, bruised ribs, and, like, so all this happens, and, like, I was also, like, holding a stick. Like, it's one of those things that, like, it happens so fast that I don't even know how I reacted to it. But the next thing I knew, I was just holding on to the sides, and after that, like, a half second later, I was back standing up on top of that, right? And so I was just like shocked, right? And I didn't even really, it took me like maybe an hour to come down of the, you know, from like that fucking, you know, adrenaline high, right? Holding a stick. Yeah, I was trying to move because I thought, did you get the dead animal? Okay, so why was I in my attic? So I woke up and I smelled a dead animal. Now I can smell like 3 things in my life. I can smell.
Okay, dude. Maybe he just woke up and smelt it, and then all of it. I don't know, dude. Could be wrong about that, I suppose. I just failed to believe I do not believe the guy had a dead rat alarm clock, randomly smelt a dead animal, and then decided. I would wager it's been up there for a little while, personally.
Dead rats. I can smell blood. Yes, I can smell blood. I can tell when there's blood. And I can smell the difference between a Dr. Pepper and a Coca-Cola. And I can even smell the difference between a a Coca-Cola and a Pepsi. That's true. That's actually a very good point. Yes, exactly. And that's it. And so anyway, wait, you can't smell soda? Yes, I can smell soda. But that's basically about it. And anyway,
yeah, dude, he's just a beast. He's not even he's not fully human. He is just a wretched beast. It is bizarre to me that he gets taken so seriously. I mean, his political takes just seem to be sucking off whatever Trump said on a given day as well. Like, what are his political instincts or insights even? I don't really watch his political content, so you'll have to tell me. Do people just like him because they're on his side or something? Like, what does he actually... present that is of substance in terms of political commentary? And that's his whole thing now. He does endless videos about politics. What is his actual takes that people are so interested in that he's giving? Just watch sometime. I'm really not interested, man. Playing Oblivion. The Houthis just surrendered. Elon Musk calls out the left's political blood sports. Oblivion, something about San. Germany killed democracy.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Okay.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Asmongold is the king of the right. Sweep hard at Chud.
Thank you for the super chat. Sweep hard for who, exactly? Thank you for the super chat. How is our government this retarded? I thought this was actually criticising the Trump government, but I don't believe it is, because it looks like it's about Doge. But could be wrong about that, I guess. Yeah. Bit of drama mixed in, I guess. Trump impeachment attempt is crazy. Well, I mean, I'm sure that he's got very compelling and interesting political takes that overrides his completely wretched beast-like form otherwise, but what do I know?
So this is kind of like what happened, is that I woke up and I was like, oh my God, there's a dead animal in the house. Again, fuck, why is this happening again? So I go into my attic and I can kind of smell it more. I have such a really bad sense of smell in general, though.
You gotta watch his videos. That's the neat thing. I literally don't have to watch his videos. And there's literally nothing you can do to make me do that. Isn't that great? Isn't that wonderful? I'm in favour of not being surface level and actually getting into the content before passing judgment based on what others say. Well, I don't think I'm passing judgment on what others say. I'm taking a cursory look at his channel and giving a very brief, clearly stated overview on the basis of not watching his content. And I've even said I could be wrong about a particular point because I don't know for sure because I'm not watching the video. On what planet do I have to sit through a fucking Asmongold political video exactly? God, what you Asmongold dick suckers, man. Like, clearly that's what you are. You're just a complete Asmongold throater, right? That I've got to go and watch one of his fucking videos to realise he's throating Trump. I think that you can take a brief look at someone's channel and get an overview, clearly stating it's not on the basis of watching it on the tone of the overall tone of the channel, which I've done, and I don't need to watch his videos.
That it's very hard for me to track any scent and find it. And so anyway, I was in my attic trying to find this dead animal. I never found it. And that's why, and I think the reason why is that, like, this morning I
In fact, it's interesting that you're saying I need to watch a video. Why don't you tell me, if you're such a fan of this guy, what political insight is given that you think is compelling? Why don't you just tell me what you think it is, rather than say, go and watch one of his videos? What is convincing to you about this guy?
It wasn't as bad. I think what happened is that it was actually a raccoon that died underneath my deck in my backyard, because I walked out into the backyard and, like, I could very, very strongly smell it. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And so, yeah, that's basically what happened, right? Is that, like, yeah, it was a dead fucking raccoon in my backyard. I mean, it could have been a cat or a fox, but, like, wonderful. I think it was a raccoon, because that's usually what there is around here, right?
Our cottage is over 200 years old. We have to
He's
keep
nasty,
on top
isn't
of
he?
wildlife. Never has it got to the point where we can smell it rotting. He would have heard it running around for ages.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing as well. Is like, surely there must have been some sign. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't know for sure. I'm skeptical of this idea that all of a sudden there was a dead animal in his attic from the Rat Guy alarm clock, dude. But what do I know? Thank you for the super chats.
Very, very strongly smell it hard, because I walked out into the backyard and, like, I could very, very strongly smell it. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And so, yeah, that's basically what happened, right? Is that, like, yeah, it was a dead fucking raccoon in my backyard. I mean, it could have been a cat or a fox, but, like, I think it was a raccoon, because that's usually what there is around here, right? And so you aren't supposed to walk between the beams.
Nasty fucks come in all political views. I can show you pics of my state and my black left-wing neighbours live in. Okay. Guys, the left are bad as well. The left can also be total disgusting wretches too. Yeah, and guess what? I don't take the takes of those people. I don't take the political takes of those people very seriously. But people do take Asmongold's political take seriously. And maybe there is some compelling commentary that he's doing, okay? But I'm just highlighting that the way that he is here suggests that he's a totally wretched beast. But yet people are still like, yeah, Asmongold, he's such a base creator, and he says it how it is.
When you're in the attic, do you see this right here? This is like, you know, like in Dark Souls where they have like the piece of ground where there's like a
Yeah, I think people were pointing this out in chat earlier. I thought this was like a leg or something, like skeletal remains, but this is just part of the roof, right? This isn't actually what I thought it was. It's just where the roof's caved in.
Through it. Yeah. Yeah, bro, that's about what happened. And anyway, so...
Yeah, exactly. The point was never a right versus left thing. Oh, you must say the left are bad too. You must say that. You must say Assam bad now. Bro. Oh my god, dude. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of this fucking sides cucked bullshit, man. Just feels like, you know, from some people... I mean, most people are being chill about it. Most people are like, you know, fine to understand where I'm coming from. But it does feel like this tone almost like Asmongold's on the right team. You know what I mean? So just, I don't think I'm being that harsh. I don't think I'm being that harsh. I'm just saying, like, look at how this wretched beast lives. I mean, it sounds harsh, but contextually it's pretty fair, I think. And it feels like some people just don't like that. And I'm like, why? I don't know, man. I don't think it's like... It's what I expect from him. But he's got this, like, gig of reputation now as some political commentator guy.
It's rack off. Yeah, and so that's what I think happened. So the funny thing is that I did all this for nothing. That's what's really funny about it, is that all of this drama, all of this bullshit, I think was all for nothing. And I'm pretty sure that the actual dead animal isn't even in the house. So, and that's what, but to be fair though, so I walk out into my fucking garage and there's literally a rat sitting there. Like back in the day, they would at least have like the fucking dignity to run away. But he's lived there so long, he didn't even give a fuck about me. He's like, hey. Anyway, so yeah, where the fuck?
There's just a rat living there. And he's not... He didn't run away, he's just there. There's a rat there in your house. Isn't like, if a rat is in your property, isn't that like, oh fuck, I need to call an exterminator because clearly there's more of them, and then you get someone out to deal with that? Right? I mean, I've never had this issue where like an infestation of rats or something like that.
Okay,
he's talking about like as a fucking pet.
How do I make money off depressed people?
Chud not agreeing with the right? You're clearly simping for AGP.
Exactly, yes. Thank you, Silent Medalli, for the $5. Or put traps down, sure. Maybe if it's only one rat, you'd put traps down. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have a wife, a partner, I don't believe. I think he's had, bizarrely, previously had like e-girl girlfriends, like OnlyFans models and shit like that, I believe. I'm not 100% on that. And he's, you know, managed to have relationships with those kinds of people. But I don't think he's got a partner, and so I think he's pretty sure he lives by himself.
Fuck is this food? And like, he didn't even think about it. He didn't even give a fuck, right? Yeah, he owned the place. And so we got to, and so basically this is what happened, right? So I fall through the ceiling. I catch myself. As I said, you know, by the way, also one of the reasons...
I guarantee there are at least 3 rats less than a meter beneath your feet if you live in southern England. Well, okay. I'm on the ground floor, first of all. And second of all, if that were true... But sure, maybe within the fucking vicinity of the floorboards, who knows. But if you saw one in your property in some fashion, you'd want to deal with it. Would you not? You'd put traps down, you'd do something. You wouldn't just be accepting of the fact that a rat is knocking about your garage, I wouldn't have thought. Just feels like a bit of cope, to be honest. I don't know. Yeah, it's like the difference of it being in your home. I mean, garage technically is not... Well, it is your home, but it's not the same as it being in your kitchen or something.
Reasons why I was stepping and walking in a weird way. Really fun fact. I moved my foot in a way that morning where I tore my entire toenail off one of my toes. The entire fucking thing. And I had to get a piece of a bandage to like press everything down to stop all the bleeding.
Have you seen, okay. Have you seen the movie The Fly? Have you guys seen The Fly? It's making me think of that, bro. It's like he's lived in the filth for so long, he's becoming one of the beasts that lives in the house with him. Dude, it's like The Fly, bro. Oh my god, dude. Good lord, it's like body horror. Asmongold is literally experiencing body horror in his own house. Fuck me.
So I was walking in a weird way anyway because of that happening.
Ouch,
it doesn't matter. It's fine. Well, who cares? And so anyway, listen. I have scars. I used to tear the skin off my back just because I like the way it feels. Like I have scars all over my back from it.
What? Yes, it is like that. That happens in the movie as well, I think. His skin is, he's tearing bits of his skin off and shit or something. I can't remember. I've not watched it for ages. Oh my god, dude. There's a certain tone that he has when he talks that I just find so horrifying. He just says all this crazy shit so casually, like it's just, you know, like there's some sort of perverse enjoyment to be gained from looking at what a wretched little piece of filth he is. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I tear bits of skin on my back. Yeah, I tore my toenail out. Yeah, I thought there was a dead animal on the roof, but there wasn't, and I fell through it. I can smell the animal. It's just like, ugh. And people like it. People like, this is like his character, and they like it. Get David Cronenberg to direct the Asmongold biography. Yes. Oh, could you imagine? That would go so hard.
If you ever see me outside, if I'm ever not wearing a shirt, you can see it. And yes, and I've scratched my arm, I've stabbed a fork in my arm. This is nothing, okay? It's not a big...
Can we stop platforming this freak and can we talk about the literal genocide being committed in Palestine right by the apartheid state of Israel? Map.
Indeed. Thank you for the $5, CEO Fell. Appreciate it.
Deal. I've broken my own teeth out. It's not a big deal. Now, I'm not an enjoyer of like any of this kind of stuff anymore, but you know, when I was younger, it was a little bit different. And so anyway, that's what happened. It's another Tuesday. Why? Well, it depends. The fork in my arm is because I missed a Spell Reflective Cyclone and Burning Crusade, which if you played the game, you'd understand.
Wait, what? He put a fork in his arm. Wait, what? What? He put a fork in his own arm or something? What is going on?
Not wearing a shirt. You can see it. And
Okay,
yes, and I've
money
scratched my
off
arm,
depressed
I've
people?
stabbed a fork in my arm.
Wow.
This is
Thank you, Kirbyosh, for the $5. Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, this is like sickening. Oh, wait, hang on. Is this actually going to be good? This guy could be a bit hit and miss because he's a leftoid, but is this actually a good one?
Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you all about what my reason was for getting suspended on Twitch and also what my plans are going forward. I think this has been something that's a long time coming. I think that I've been slowly devolving into the most psychopathic version of myself. I think that I've been devolving into this. I don't like making apologies because I think words don't matter.
Is this good?
But I do think changed actions and changed behaviors do. And so you can take my apology as hopefully better content.
Fix kick chat. I'm really sorry. I don't know why kick chat isn't up to date. There's nothing I can do on my end to fix it. And I apologize profusely that you're not up there. I will pop out chat so I can see you live, okay? Oh shit, what am I doing? That's the wrong place. Sorry.
You're not seeing that. I want you to hold me accountable. Hopefully this time I won't be stupid enough to ignore it.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make
Mouth is pretty
money
dry.
off depressed people?
Anyway,
I like
I'm
that
just
it
going to
comes
focus on
into
myself for a while.
Sun and Destiny.
You like? Oh, okay. There we go. Thank you for the $5. Well, there's a lot of people covering that at the moment, so I totally understand your pleasure of that. Thank you for the $5.
Try to improve my own life. You guys deserve a much better version of me than what you've been getting. And I hope that I can live up to that in the future.
The Sims. Okay, this is quite good. I like this. Okay.
Man, it's been a crazy 2 weeks.
The only thing I would say about this is make it about some wretched trans beast as well, and then we'll call it quits, okay? That would make it fair. Because I'm pretty sure this guy is some sort of lefty dude. And I just feel like it's like, yeah, it's all well and good making a bunch of stuff shitting on the rightoid. I mean, look at this dude. Oh, Stephen Crowder got raped by Sam Cedar. Oh my god. Where's the oh my god, look, there's a fucking some sort of a sound thing there. Charlie Clerk descends to madness. Make one about a trans person. And then we'll talk. Okay? Yes, I like this, it's funny. But I hate it when people like this are just so one-sided that they never really turn the attention to like like they wouldn't dare make it about some wretched trans person because they know that would be like, you know, politically controversial amongst their own community.
I'll tell you that. Trump is, he's coming out with some plans. This is the time where you can say elections have consequences. We are in for 4 years of some of the best content that I think we've seen in a long time. So, like, they're doing this thing with, like, these deportations where they bring in like celebrities to deport people, and it made me wonder, what is the probability that Tom Homan would let me go with him dressed up as Ash Ketchum with watching?
Oh, he's literally turned into a bug, like I said.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be really good content. It would be. Your statement about not voting to disadvantage yourself is really
See, dude, this is where it starts, you know. I like the idea he's turning into a bug, but I hate the hardline political element to it. It's like, oh look, he's saying bad things about deporting people, guys, and now he's turning into a bug. Come on, dude. It's a bit shit, isn't it? I don't know. It's like you're way too it's funny because it's like Asmongold, political, whatever, and then you're being expressly political when it should be like an apolitical thing, mainly just to mock him. You know?
Blowing up on X with strong support? Well, of course it is. Of course,
I like
it's
the
just a
animation,
logical
though.
perspective to have. Now, there's a bunch of emotionally unstable retards on the internet that like to...
The fook out of me.
Really? Is it the Sims? Thank you very much for the super chat, Kelly Marie. 82, but it's apt. Okay, fine.
Distort reality, but no, of course I'm not going to vote for somebody who's going to say that someone else is going to have a privilege that I can't have. Why the fuck would I ever do that? That's the most retarded thing you can imagine. So, no, of course, that's, like, I mean, why don't I just vote to have somebody shoot me? Hawk Whistle's a lie? I am, guys, I'm not one of these Holocaust deniers. I think the Holocaust probably happened. I think probably 99% certainty it happened.
The Nazis burned books on gender sciences.
They did do that. It's a bit of a miss.
Wait, what's the problem with that exactly? Wait, if it's not 100%, apparently it's not acceptable. Is that right? Am I understanding this correctly? Is that the problem with that? I mean, I don't know. Let me listen again.
Just vote to have somebody shoot me. Hawk Whistle's a lie? I am, guys, I'm not one of these Holocaust deniers. I think the Holocaust probably happened. I think probably 99% certainty it happened.
The Nazis burned books on gender sciences.
They did do that. It's a bit of a miss. Like, my understanding is that they burned them not because it was gender stuff, but because it was written in Jewish and not German.
Okay, I like the animations.
People wonder are tax dollars used to promote wokeness in video games? Answer is yes. USAID paid political millions of dollars a year to write pieces like this one, which promotes diversity and describes Gamergate as disinformation and harassment campaign. So this is the thing, guys. I want these people to suffer because that's what they did to me. Get rid of them. Make an example of them. Say, listen, this is what happens. Gamers rise up. What goes around? Yep, what goes around comes around. And we're coming. Mute the stream for about a minute if you don't want to hear something really bad. So I walked down to the store the other day, and I could tell that the back of my pants, my dick and balls, was getting a little bit too cold. Now that doesn't happen a lot. And I look and I realize part of the back of my sweatpants had been eaten away because we had a rat infestation in our house. And one of the rats had gotten trapped in my room, and it had eaten, I guess, sweat and dried cum off of the back of my sweatpants, and the entire back of it was gone. Incel attitude? Well, I guess I'm an incel. And I think everybody else should be too. And if there's enough of us, we can change the rules. And I think that's what we should do. Do I want my tax money going towards litigating people that like lollies? No. I think that if you're in this country and you commit any crime that's worse than jaywalking and you're not a citizen, I want you deported. Yep. Get the fuck out. People used to bring their families to watch lynchings. People are more than willing to do something that's horrible if they think that they're doing it for the right reason.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that was fantastic, wasn't it? Let's be real. That was great. Even with some of the more annoying, overt political aspects. That was great. If you want the Elon Musk video, it's going to be next. I'm sure that'll be good as well. The only downside, the only thing is talk about a trans person, okay? Could be anyone, don't care who it is. I'm sure there's some like wretched trans beast you can make that sort of animation about, but obviously I get it. His audience wouldn't like that, etc.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money?
Other than that, it was a very good video.
Borderlands 2.
Thank you for the $5, Kirbyosh. Appreciate it. Thank you. The rat pants thing is wild, though. Do we know if... Yeah, I want a trans video to watch, exactly. Do we know if their sound video is positive or not? I'm pretty sure I watched it before. I think the guy is like just a lefty dude. And I think that although it was like... The tone was more sound positive, I think. But yeah. Are you covering Tectone Crabat as rapist dad? Hey, Queeman. Yeah, I think I'll probably cover that tomorrow. I don't really have all the stuff for it, and plus I want to spread the content out a bit. But yeah, sure, I'll probably get to that tomorrow. Does he actually cry? Did he actually cry about it? I was saying earlier about bringing the family into it, but someone was saying that apparently he bought him on stream. Himself, before. So, like, how can you possibly have a problem with people fucking talking about it?
This is nothing, okay? It's not a big
deal. We've got to watch that. But yeah, like I say, the problem is I come back after 2 days off and I cover all the best stuff on the first day. So we'll get to that tomorrow for sure if he's crying.
Chud, can you give me a Fortnite challenge? Wow.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Chess challenge. Fortnite chess challenge or something. I don't know. Something like that. I don't fucking know, dude. Bro, if you want a fucking challenge, think of it yourself. I don't care about your gay Fortnite shit, okay? Thank you for the $5. Batman will not beat the rat thing out of me. Yeah, I know. Ridiculous. It's obviously absurd to have rats eat your pants because they're covered in cum. What an absolutely ridiculous concept.
Teeth out. It's not a big deal. Now, I'm not an enjoyer of like any of this kind of stuff anymore, but you know, as younger, it was a little bit different. And so anyway, that's what happens. Another Tuesday. Why? Well, it depends. The fork in my arm is because I missed
a Fortnite challenge. Wow.
Listen, if you keep giving me $5, what was the thing? I can't remember the meme about the Nick of 30 guy. But apparently the guy that made the video shitting on him deleted his content or something like that. But that was a crazy drama, wasn't it? That fucking dude just made up that this Nick of 30 guy was a terrible person.
Wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Chud, can you give me a Fortnite challenge?
Wow. Sure. I'll think about it.
I looked at the back of my pants. And the part where I was sweaty, where like my ass was, and like I assume like a combination of like sweat and like dried cum and everything like that had been eaten out by a rat, and the entire back of my pants was literally gone. I still wear the pants sometimes, but you have to wear something underneath, like another pair of like sweatpants as well. Like you have to like double up. So it kind of sucks because it was one of my favorite pairs of pants.
Right.
And like, yeah, that's it. So yeah, I'm not a...
There are times when you have a pair of pants and it's like they get wrecked in some way, but they're still wearable to some level. So you like might wear them around the house or something like that. But I mean, if a rat ate your cum-dried pants, is that not an immediate, like, I'm going to chuck those away? That's an immediate, like, oh, you'd be so disgusted with it and yourself that you just want to remove all evidence of it. But no, he's like, well, I can still get some use out of these. Just got to make sure I wear something underneath. Also, at what point are you reaching of repetitively wearing the same pair of pants that you've got this, like, cum incrustation on it? That your pants are literally covered in your crusted cum. I mean, it's just grotesque, man. How are you jerking off onto the back of your pants exactly?
A role model. I'm not a role model. I would not look at me as like, oh wow, look at Asmon. Look what Asmon taught me. Look what Asmon did. Like another one, little quick one. One time I broke my teeth. I broke a tooth, and it was stabbing my tongue whenever I was eating a pizza at Sam's Club with my mom. And I came home and I had to raid lead Heroic Lich King. And I had to make calls regularly for shadow traps and shit. And I couldn't do that because the piece of my tooth was stabbing my tongue. So I called the raid for a 5-minute break. I went downstairs. I took pliers. I broke part of my tooth out with the pliers. I went back upstairs and we killed the boss. I'm not a role model. I am a fiend and a degenerate. That's it. Please do not look at the opinions that I have as being relevant because they are my opinions. Look inside yourself and ask yourself, is what I'm saying true or not?
Anything Hassan is actually good. Okay, bro, I do not give two fucks about your Hassan take, but thank you for your many words nonetheless. God damn, dude. Am I misunderstanding something here? I mean, am I crazy, or is it like does Asmongold get way more like positive attention than he really should on the basis of being the wretched beast that he is? Fuck me, dude. Oh, it's grotesque.
Dispel Reflective Cyclone and Burning Crusade, which if you played the game, you'd understand. You'd understand because it's just bullshit, right? Just total bullshit. And so anyway,
and yeah, that tone there is exactly what I'm talking about. Where he says something that otherwise would be a totally shameful, wretched, and disgusting thing with this sense of like, oh yeah, guys, check out this thing I did. Isn't that crazy? And people seem to lap it up. People on X were saying it's not that gross. What? Which part? This? Or the cum rat pants? I'm guessing they mean this. I mean, thinking having a smell and thinking there's a dead animal in the attic and climbing up is pretty grotesque. It is shameful. What's the problem? The problem is that it's shameful. And he doesn't seem to have any shame talking about it. I mean, anyone that was ashamed of this just wouldn't talk about it publicly, but he seems quite happy to repeatedly go into the various different aspects of his wretched, disgusting lifestyle.
Sense, yeah, exactly. And when it rains, it pours. Yes, when it rains, it pours. And so I wake up, I couldn't sleep. I slept for like maybe 3 hours. I wake up, I immediately tear my fucking toenail off. There's blood everywhere. And I actually had to put a bandage on for this one because of how bad it was. And so then I wake up and I go to the store. I'm about ready to go stream. And I get into my room like, this smells like fucking dead rats. God damn it. And so I go into my attic. I fall through the fucking ceiling in my attic. And then I'm sitting there, like, this is me. I'm right here, and I'm like, son of a fucking bitch. So I get up immediately after this happens. I do the smartest thing possible. I literally just get up and step over the hole, and I keep doing it, right? I'm still looking. I don't even give a fuck about falling through. I'm like, okay, I'm like doing this. I'm like, okay, I can move my legs, move my arms. All right, well, nothing's broken. I'm fine. And so let's just keep going. And anyway, I still couldn't fucking find the thing, right? That was it. Is the TV still there? Yeah, this is my ex-girlfriend's TV. She left when she moved out. You know how it is. But anyway, so yes, that's her TV. Is it? Yes, this is Pink. That's Pink Sparkle's television right there. And should have recorded this.
So Pink Sparkles is this ex, I think, who you probably are thinking is, I mean, you know, this kind of person you would normally expect to be in a relationship with some sort of completely wretched ham beast or something like that. But you may be shocked when I show you that she actually looks fairly normal, right? I mean, I think she's some sort of OnlyFans or you know, cosplaying individual or something, right? That's them together. Husband is a multi-millionaire. Yeah, but not for that level, surely. Or are you just thinking it is purely a money thing and like she just overlooks she overlooked, I should say, the state of the house. Okay. I don't know much about her though, to be honest, so you guys will have to let me know. But yeah, that's who he's referring to when he talks about Pink Sparkles.
If I could have, I would have, okay, guys? I understand.
Chud's jealousy is palpable.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money?
Which part am I
off
jealous of
custody?
exactly, do you think? He smelt rat, but she smelt money. Yes, true. Very true. Thank you for the super chat.
That it was really funny. And I've fallen down my stairs probably 30 times. There was one time I fell down my stairs and I was holding on like my space heater and my drink. And obviously like I threw them both up in the air. And I was just sitting there laughing after I was falling at the bottom of the stairs. I was just laughing. I was like, man, this should have been so funny if somebody could have watched it. But I've never broken a bone. I've never even come close. I've never fractured anything ever. I've like ran into things. I've slammed my hand against things. I've had my foot run over by a car. You know, I'm basically going to be fine, right? I mean, unless something crazy happens. So I'm not really that worried about it.
Dude, he probably shot a... Dude, Styler, you're fucking gross, dude. Dude, he probably shot a ton of hot rod Cronenberg cum loads all up her snooker. That's like mortuary pussy now and forever. That is disgusting.
But knock on wood. Hey, yeah, knock on wood. Well, actually, a really funny thing about that. About knock on drywall. And so, yeah. This would be good content. Yeah, sure. And so you broke your crusty toenail? Not necessarily, no. It was just I tore part of it off, and there was like a little edge of it that was like, you know, pointy. And I just caught it against something, and it tore the entire fucking thing off, right?
Oh.
That's what it was. And is that a support beam? No, that was a support beam. And so anyway, yeah, basically I had this happen. And by the way, I already fixed this. And so yesterday, after all this was happening, I'll go ahead and show you right here. My dad always taught me whenever I was a kid, he said that every time that something bad happens to you, turn the situation in a way to make it even better than before it happened. And so I try to use that as much as I can. And so yesterday, I used my vacuum cleaner. I vacuumed up the entire floor. Everything's totally fine. To be fair, this I didn't vacuum this. It was fucking...
Okay. He at least vacuumed it. Well, that's something, isn't it? That's due some credit, surely. Because previously, he would have just left that as it was for years, probably. It actually looks okay. Well, we'll give some credit for that, I think. Yeah, the bar's quite low, certainly, but it's something. Right, somewhat functional, it seems. Also, why doesn't he just get a fucking cleaner? I do not fucking get this, bro. If I was a millionaire, you'd have a fucking housekeeper to do it all for you. It's like a pittance compared to your overall wealth.
shook it out
Stupid.
outside. That's why it's kind of dirty. And I did everything. It's already done. Like, it's already done. And this is after, by the way, I had to, and then I had to go to Verizon to help my dad get a new phone, right? And so I'm getting my dad a new phone at the same time. And then also, like, I'm like, okay, well, you want to try an iPad, right? Because I was going to buy him an iPad. And so then I do this, and I actually took a bath yesterday, too, because I was like,
Oh, wow.
I was picking my nose.
Let's go.
I'm just gonna be honest, right? I was picking my nose, and all the boogers were black. And I was like, I think we need to get some professionals in here. This doesn't seem very good. And so...
oh, God, dude. It's like retch-worthy. This whole story. Oh, my God, dude. Oh, God, it makes you feel nauseous, doesn't it?
I am going to hire some professionals and actually get the house cleaned up.
We all pick on... Mostly we blow our nose. We blow our nose. If there's something, you get a tissue, and, you know, there's a... Obviously, you do get, like, snot and stuff. You blow it into a tissue or something like that, right? That's how most civilized humans behave. But obviously, Asmongold is far from civilized.
My goal originally, whenever I cleaned my house, this was kind of a while ago, and blood? No, I can tell the difference between blood and dirt. Trust me, it's not blood. And anyway, so that's what's going to happen. I've already begun the process. I have somebody that's working on it for me, like making it happen. It is literally happening as we speak, right? And so that's pretty much it. I'm.
Well, dude. Okay, I think. Yeah, you guys saying horror cow is really bringing this together for me, right? The behavior that we're witnessing is the kind of shit you would expect from someone like Cyrax or something, right?
Made the XQC made clip in his mind. The embarrassment was hilarious.
Thank you for the super chat. I mean, even the XQC clip, having some, you know, discarded takeaway and not cleaning it up, is still like a dirty behavior or whatever. But it's orders of magnitude below whatever the fuck this is. But yeah, this is like horror cow-like behavior. But he's like the biggest politics guy on Twitch now. And he is like looked up to and respected. You know, and it's like, this guy should be a footnote on Kiwi Farms or something. And instead he's like got all this fucking positive attention from people. Which I don't mind. I mean, I get it. He's obviously like made a lot of achievements on his platform, but this stuff is just so grotesque, and it's completely inconsistent with the image that I feel that he has personally, you know.
I'm too underleveled for this dungeon, man. I am, and I thought to myself, how insanely, like, because I can say, oh, I have super fast reflexes and I was able to stop myself or whatever. Yeah, maybe that's true, but I also really got lucky. I got insanely fucking lucky. I could have hurt myself. I could have broken a bone. I could have died. I'm not doing that again. Like, I'm willing to take risks, right? I'm willing to take risks, but this is a bit much, right? Were you alone? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I live by myself. And so, yeah, that's it. And, so glad you're okay. No big balls. Well, hey, I'm the kind of guy... Okay, listen. Like, I used to always do things that you shouldn't do with my friends whenever we grew up. And one time we almost got in trouble with the individuals that get you in trouble, and you get in trouble a lot, right? We almost got caught. And I told myself, and I was like, I was like, okay, guys, that was it. That was the last time I'm ever going to do this again. And so they're like, oh, yeah, right. And like, I actually quit entirely. I quit. They didn't. One of them went to prison. And I never went to jail. I never got arrested. I never even got pulled over. I never got in trouble at all. So I know when to hold them. I know when to fold them. And bro, I fucking folded yesterday. I'm going to be honest. I folded. And so I figure, you know what? That's okay. And I'm going to go and get, like, basically, there's like maybe 5 or 10 different things that are wrong with my house in like a big way. And somebody was talking about like asbestos and everything. I've got to text my friend because like his grandma lives up the street and like, you know, we grew up together.
Emma and the other guests in his house have reported getting headaches from just being there for an hour. Yeah, we watched a video of that ages ago, I think, of the people going to his house, and they had a steak, I think, if I recall correctly. But yeah, Being there just gives you a headache. It's like being in fucking there's the Resident Evil mold house, and then also it's like Silent Hill 4 the room. It's like being in that room as all the hauntings start to come in, and you get this piercing headache because of how wretched it is around you.
I've got to ask him, like, do you know? Did your grandma ever get the ceiling checked for asbestos? Because like our houses were built at the same time. Yeah, I've got to hit up Zach McElreevy and see what's going. Is your tailbone okay? Sure. Yeah. No, I'm fine. I'm totally fine. Yeah, there's no issue at all. When was your house built? I think 1975, somewhere around there, 1980. So yeah, we're gonna have it checked for asbestos. Yep, we're gonna have it checked.
Fucking hell, dude.
Yep, for sure. And so
it's just this waste that you got this like house, which is presumably quite large, which has probably got a lot of potential. I mean, I'm in my, I'm starting my house buying era, so it probably is quite precise to me in terms of what I'm looking at the moment. But you see this like, well, it's probably got a lot of potential. This guy's got the wealth with which that he could just, pay for whatever needed to be done in order to facilitate the improvement and the betterment of the house, to increase its value and so on. And it's like he's just kind of sat there not doing any of that. And it's just such a wasted opportunity, isn't it? And now he's finally getting around to doing it, like after all this time. And it's like, bro, you've been a millionaire for years. If it's anything like the UK, obviously the only thing that prohibits people from sorting this stuff out is cost. And there's like people that are sat there in fucking dire straits in a shitty property, not able to really do anything about it because they don't have the money to, or the people that they rent from are like slum landlords, or the government doesn't want to fix it, whatever the case may be. And this guy's got the means to do it all, and he's just fucking sat there playing World of Warcraft. And great, he's doing it now, but like, bro, it does make me jealous, sure. Yeah, I'm jealous of that part. Yeah, sure. I'm not jealous of the other bits, but yeah, sure. I probably am a bit jealous. Yeah. Because it's like just this wasted opportunity. And it's like, God, if I had that level of money and I lived in a property like that, it's like you would just literally pay and get it all sorted, wouldn't you? Ignore your problems and play WoW. I mean, we've all been there. All of us have procrastinated. I can never say that word correctly. We've all done it. We've all been like, oh God, I've got this important shit I need to sort out. But instead I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I get it. But it's like, it's not like he's got it there on a plate. It's all open to him. He's got the money he needs to fix all of this like that. And he just doesn't fucking bother. It's wild.
Did that happen today? It's not going to happen today. It'll take a little bit of time, but I've already got everything patched up and everything, and we're okay. So yeah, that's pretty much where.
Yes, Styler gets it where I'm coming from. He makes more money.
That's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
There's nothing keeping him tied to the house since his mother's passing. He just loves living in filth.
Thank you, Master Mark, for the $5. Appreciate it. Yes, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, his room was fucking ridiculous for ages. I mean, look, I'm not perfect, okay? I've got, well, it's not that bad, I guess, but I've got like, sometimes I have a few more cans than this. Got a can there, got this can here that I've just finished, another can open. I've actually got some soy sauce randomly here on the desk, so that's a bit, a bit of a, that should be in the cupboard really. But, we all have our little foibles, times when there's something you should put away and you don't. But this guy is, dude, yeah, it's drinking when I'm getting too fucking rightoid and racist. I'm going to have a little guzzle of this and get myself back on track. That's what I'm doing when I take a break. A little guzzle of this to get some soy back in me. But, yeah, emergency soy. Anyway, dude. And yeah, sure. There's times where, like, the dish, you got a few more dishes than you should have. You should do it, whatever. Like, no one's perfect, wonderful. Right?
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Thank you, Kelly Marie. You were perfect, Chud, sort of. Thank you. I agree. I concur. Thank you for the super chat. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes you have an errant bowl or plate or two and a full trash can and an unfolded clothes in a basket, but this guy is sitting in filth and rotting vermin. Yes, exactly. And not to suck myself off too much here, right? Okay, but I had like this washing and I'd let it pile up a bit too much. And then my washing machine, I think it's broken. It's not it's got a flashing light when I'm trying to make it run. And so, you know, I need to get that sorted out basically. But the first thing I did when I noticed was like, oh shit, well I better go and take this to the laundrette then, you know, and I fucking took it down the laundrette and got it sorted. And I can just imagine Asmongold and people like him will just let that sit there and not do anything about it. And they'll just like, you know, pick out the most clean clothes that they can wear. Like out of the lot, they'll be do the sniff test. Oh, that'll do, you know. And I can understand that if you've just moved out of home, you're young, you're still learning the ways of the world and how to look after yourself properly. Totally get that. Totally understand that. But Asmongold is like, you know, beyond that now, I feel like. And he's got the means with which to deal with all of this shit. He has said before he just buys new clothes so he doesn't need to wash them. Really? Oh my god, dude. That's exactly what I'm talking about, dude. Just pay someone to do your fucking laundry. What a ridiculous false thing. Just pay fucking someone to do your laundry for you. You're fucking rich. And that's the thing. It's like, he doesn't even have to do, I'm not saying he has to do it himself. Like, if you want to be a pampered fucking streamer, just pay someone to do it. He doesn't pay anyone to do anything, and his house is just a Cronenberg fucking set.
Where we're at. Give me 1 second. I think I have a little bit of a cough from it. Not really. Because, like, I've been trying to, anytime I've coughed anything up, I look to see if there's any debris in it or anything. But, no, not really. I looked it up also, by the way. And this is what they said about asbestos, is that it's not... Well, number one, they said asbestos is not good for you. Do not put it on pizza. Don't use it as a mixer for alcohol. And also do not inject it either. Yeah, they said this is not good for you at all. And so anyway, you know, but they said that if you have brief exposure to it whenever you're doing home renovations, that it's almost completely non-problematic, right? And that's what they said. The issue really is that...
I got banned from the Discord after joining yesterday. I didn't send any messages. It was just a new Discord account. No idea. Not a single clue as to why that happened.
When you're in it and you're dealing with it for like a
long period
of time, right? Because like basically they were explaining that my uncle died of asbestos. Yes, exactly, right? Why not? Well, wrong. Yeah, it's long-term exposure. And it's like, so you live in a house with asbestos, and basically what asbestos is that it's like it's like some sort of thing. And if you have, if you have too much of it in a certain area, if it gets disturbed, it can be damaging, right? And so that's just a thing. Yeah, it's a fiber, I guess, right? And so basically, for me, I've never had any...
I mean, I'm not a doctor, nor am I a building expert, but my baseline understanding is that asbestos is so serious that if it's detected, they have to like shut down places if there's a significant chance of like a high level of asbestos used in the building. So the fact this, and also often it's like some sort of public building or something like that, or office or some shit. If it's your house, right? I mean, that should be immediate action, concern, and sorting it out, I would have thought. Like that is like urgent action needed to deal with that. Only if the asbestos is broken up. Yeah, but isn't the point that he's fallen through the ceiling and there's a potential asbestos concern? And therefore, that would then lead to action. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying this for certainty. I don't fucking know how to deal with asbestos. Is a silicate. Prolonged exposure to the fibers will damage your lungs permanently. Yeah. Sounds like you probably don't want to be living in a house with it in potentially without getting it checked, no?
That happen. And also, like, by the way, I've lived in this house for 30 years already. So, like, I mean, you know, if I'm already cooked, right? Like, I mean, if this...
Oh, here we go. We got some, I believe, expertise here. I have to take your word for it, of course, because I can't see your credentials. Yes, a public building will be shut down and all the materials will be removed. I'm a carpenter and did this exact thing for the first years of my working career. Okay, yeah. So a property, it would be like very urgent.
This was asbestos and I was getting asbestos poisoning, I was already fucked, right? It fucks up your lungs. Yeah, exactly. And so that's really what it is. It's flame retardant. Yes, exactly. And so, yeah, I've already been in the house forever, so I'm already fucked if it is and it was exposed. But basically, if you don't like fuck with it, nothing bad will really happen. But the problem is that when you do fuck with it, that's whenever it is a problem. And so, yeah, and asbestos there is undisturbed, is no problem. Yes, exactly. And
Right.
so,
Okay.
basically what we're
Yeah, I'm not sure if I really am on board with this personally. This seems a bit delusional and like understated, I would say. But
going to do is we are going
What do
to
I
have
know?
the ceiling checked for asbestos. And I want to make sure it doesn't happen. And yeah, that's what it was. Maybe insulators that got ill? Yeah, no doubt. But yeah. Let's see here. Nothing wrong with a little bit of attic cough? Yeah, a little bit, right? And I also haven't talked a whole lot. Like yesterday, I talked to my dad a little bit. This is the first time I've really been talking to anybody in like over a day. And like now I'm talking nonstop. So I don't find this to be alarming at all. It's okay. I'm not stressed out. And I'm the kind of guy that's a bit of a hypochondriac. So I'm not worried about it too much at all. And so,
okay. Dude. Hypochondriac, while simultaneously subjecting myself to conditions which would, you know, potentially cause multiple serious sicknesses. Okay, dude. I think he's just saying that for the meme. I think he's saying that to essentially wind people up.
yeah, check the walls on the house as well. I will. I'm going to get the whole thing checked out and done. Now, there were a lot of people that were asking me, like, basically, like, why do you live like this, etc. This is a house, like, this is my home. I grew up here. I lived here my whole
You're
life.
like a joke.
And, like, this is, you know, I don't want to get rid of the house. Like, I could very easily go buy a mansion and go live somewhere else. But this is my home, and I love living here, and it makes me happy. The only reason why I would ever move away is if I was going to move in with, like, a girl and, like, maybe start, like, a family.
So this feels like some sort of depression posting of like, I'm sure living there gives you some sense of satisfaction, but then you would surely treat it well and look after it and do the right thing and make sure it looks good and get cleaners in or sort these issues out. I don't know, it just feels like cope. Yeah, like some sort. It is distressing to the mind to live in bad, like, wretched circumstances. And we all know this, don't we? We all know this. We all know what this is like when we've got a shitty situation. We're like, oh, God, and you know, it's like not pleasant, is it? It doesn't make you feel good. So, yeah. I had a retard former friend who called this behavior frugal in the past. I wonder what they think now. Alexis, you are clearly some sort of retard Asmongold stan. You're reading too much into it. I don't think I am reading too much into it, because this guy's living in a fucking Resident Evil game. And, you know, only recently has made some effort seemingly to clean it up, because he said he thinks that Palestinians are somewhat deserving of their plight because of the beliefs they have as Muslims, right? That seems to have... And that then led to him going, do you know what? I'm going to clean my house up. I don't think I'm reading too much into anything. I think I'm just where I need to be in terms of looking at this.
Or something, then I would move away just so I'd have more space and, like, you know.
Yeah, he's literally rotting in his own home. You're reading too much into it. Exactly.
I wouldn't want my kids to grow up in the same house that I did, right? I think that would be selfish. But, like, otherwise, you know, like, I have no real reason to move away or do anything like that. And so, anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. And so, like, basically my mom was, like, really into, like, I wouldn't really say she was a hoarder, but she was just really extremely messy, and she would just never allow me to throw anything away or get rid of anything. And so, like, but my house, like, this, it might sound, like, weird for me to say this, but, like, I actually like it when I have nothing in my house, basically, or in my immediate area. Like, I like having nothing around because every single thing is, like, a problem to me, right? But what's happened is that, you know, like, all of these things, like, my mom has just had so many things and so much stuff that it was hard to get rid of all of it. And any efforts that I would take or try to push towards, like, getting it clean or improving things at all, like, for a long time I was afraid to do it because of COVID at the time, because she refused to get the vaccine, so I couldn't have anybody come into the house and do anything, because, like, well, I mean, they can't like I'd be putting her at risk. And then before that, we didn't have the money for it. And so there was never really an opportunity that I really had to be able to do this, because like I told her, I was like, you know, I'll do anything you want, right? You want me to do like a fucking, like a walk-in a bathtub, like I'll do anything. But she just didn't really want to deal with it. And she also never wanted people to come in the house. It was a pretty big issue, right? And like, it's hard to know like what the right decision is or what not to do or whatever. But yeah, it sucks, right? It does. It sucks. But that's pretty much the reason why it was like that or whatever. I don't think you're a hoarder. You're just lazy. Yeah, definitely.
No, dude. Any regular... If this was true, as soon as Mumsy passed away, the first thing you would do is, right, let's fucking sort this shit out. And you yourself, or with assistance, with help, whatever, you would deal with the hoarding stuff. You know? And also, I don't feel that this explains his own living situation in his own room, where he's literally surrounded with mountains of trash off the back of all these takeouts and shit that he's got. You know, all these half-empty receptacles of soda and shit like that. How do you explain that with this? The mold reminds him of his mum, okay. Yeah, I mean, look, I'll be fair. I think that there probably is some level of psychological distress that's been caused by his mother passing away. And some of this is probably linked to that, right? Sure. There's probably something in that. But, I mean, you know, I just don't think you can get around the fact that this guy is just a complete wretch. He should talk to Dr. K. Dude, don't do that. Wow. Actually, to be fair, I'm more pro Dr. K after that, you know, bashing that he gave to Pirate Software. So maybe he should.
Definitely. You fear change because you went bald early. Now you're trying to hold on to everything. You're scared to lose stuff. Yeah, bro, like, don't cut your hair. It'll never come back. No, I mean, obviously, like, I don't really like change. I like things the way they are, for sure. But at the same time, I think that there's a point where it's unreasonable. And I think that we've gotten to that point pretty easily. And so I'm hoping that after, you know, all this is over, I'll be able to get things cleaned up and fixed it, right? Did you find a dead animal? No. It was built during 1980. It's a very disruptive process to remove it professionally. It's also monitored by the government during the process. It needs to be removed by vetted workers individually. Also, note, asbestos can linger in the air for 10 years. I mean, I don't know really what to say at that point, right? If asbestos is like in the air for 10 years, what do they have to like burn down the house? Like, I have no idea. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's another point as well. Yeah, I think the dead animal is still floating about somewhere. I don't know what is the location of this dead animal or what's going on with it. But you thought it was in the attic, and apparently it wasn't. I don't fucking know, dude.
Never. You could still live in the same house, just a more modern version with the original charm. It's more safer and convenient. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna have to do. And like, for example, like my sink doesn't work. There's one of the bathtubs and bathrooms doesn't work. There's like all kinds of things that are wrong with the house. Like I just, you know, I grew up with this house, and like my mom never had any money growing up to like really fix a lot of this stuff or any inclination to either. And so it just kind of got worse over the years, and that's pretty much what it was. So yeah, I don't know really what I'm going to do, but like I do think that like this happening, like originally I was just like, I blew it off. I was like, okay, well, you know, like you win some, you lose some. But like after people were telling me like what happened to them in like these situations, I decided, I was like, this is too much, right? Like I just, you know, I put myself at too much of a risk, and I'm not going to do that. And so that was about it. Property's big enough, you can buy a tiny house to live in. No, I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. I'm going to like, there's going to be steps that I'm going to take. I'm going to talk to a professional, and I'm going to have them inform me on like the best steps forward, right? Like I have a number of people I can trust, etc., to do that. And I'm just simply going to, you know, approach it from that way. Is this happening yesterday? Yes, it did. It happened yesterday. And so that's it. A little peace of mind. You can get a couple of air purifiers until they're done. Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. I could maybe do that. And you're going to renovate your house whenever it's cleaned up? I mean, not entirely, but I'll renovate the place.
Oh, look. We got some more expertise, apparently. I've been the project manager for renovation projects. Okay. Again, I'll have to take your word for that. Asbestos was used widely as fireproofing non-flammable material for the 50-ish years. Inhaling the fibers causes respiratory issues over time, not these rapid onset headache issues. No, sure. I don't think we were saying the headache thing was because of the asbestos. I think that it was more of a comment on the kind of, you know, the overwhelming vibes of his property or something. I don't fucking know.
Places, the parts that are unclean.
Also, I don't think air purifiers deal with asbestos, right? Asbestos is something that requires some sort of industrial solution to contend with, not just buy an air purifier.
Or problematic. Yeah, I will. Absolutely. So if you're considering getting a new house.
Oh, Lewis Meyer. Thank you, Lewis Meyer, for your take. I'm a construction manager for a large retail company in the UK. Asbestos is perfectly fine. Okay, dude. Not sure I'm going to take your word for it. But thank you nonetheless.
House. Well, I covered that a minute ago. Like, I would only do it if I was moving in with somebody. But like, other than that, like getting married, like other than that, I like living here. It's totally fine. It's not a big deal. And so yeah, that's at least the way that I feel about it. You see a new GTA trailer? Yeah, I did. Did you see a thing Hassan said about Tectone? Yeah, I did. We'll get through all that. But like, I wanted to kind of talk about like where I was yesterday, what was going on, etc. Have you noticed?
Is that about the dad thing? I'm assuming. Is that all the rapist dad shit? I'm guessing. If you want to see another freak, Bobby is tweeting about the debate. Okay, dude. Bobby's sister. I understand that you are very interested in the toings and froings of Bobby. At this stage, I would need to be very invested in something that Bo Blacks is doing to consider covering it. Right? What do you mean? What's he saying? Is it interesting? Is it just more Bobby shit? Bro, Bobby is, you know... Bobby stuff's dead, I feel like. The Bobby train is sailed. That's not make any fucking sense, dude. You get what I'm saying, though? Bo Black stuff has gotten boring low-key. The Bo Black shit is not... Yeah, it's just, you know... I mean, what are you going to do? Cover every time he tweets? Even my most ardent interest of content, I wouldn't cover it every time they fucking tweet.
Termites? No, I haven't. I didn't notice a single termite. To be honest with you, I was kind of surprised by that. Are you good? For now. Yeah, for now. And hopefully it stays the same. But yeah. What about the pipes? Oh, they're fucked too. And it'll probably cost me, I'm just going to say it, it'll probably cost me over $100,000 to get everything done. Like, I would not be surprised if it costed that much. It was going to be an insane amount of money. Just because of how many things are wrong. Like, I probably have to rebuild that more. You could be right. I mean, I have some things done, like the siding on the house is done all the way. But yeah, if it takes more, then it takes more, right? That's it. I mean, it's my home, and so I'm going to have to do it, right?
God, why would you not... Right. I'm assuming you've got in the US, like, a building project manager, right? You would just get someone, and you'd say, right, my house has got a lot of issues, and I don't have the time to focus on it. I want you to deal with it and arrange it all, and you pay them a fee, and they go off and they'd arrange it and sort it all out for you. And they contact the relevant, and they would generally have good contacts with which to draw on in order to facilitate that happening in a straightforward fashion. General contractor. Yeah. Why would you not just do that? I don't get it, bro. I don't fucking get it. Why you wouldn't just pay a guy to do it all for you when you got that much fucking money. It's bizarre. It's totally bizarre behavior. And I get the depression thing or something. Sure, depression can be a unpredictable beast. But when you got that much money, it's like a phone call. It's an email. You don't have to phone anyone. Just an email to someone. Or if you really want to fucking get this way with it, take on a personal assistant to communicate with whatever party you need them to, and they can contact the contractor for you. Hey, I need a contractor to deal with the house. Okay, don't worry, I'll sort it. Boom, and they'll sort it out for you. I just don't get it, man. Crazy that someone can have this much resource. He must be pulling in for his company through Twitch like hundreds of thousands, if not like millions of dollars worth of revenue or income, or like it must be that like loads of money. It's bizarre. Mental.
But I'm not going to...
Well, like, what does he do with all his money? Where does all of his money go? Does it just sit in some savings account somewhere? Has he got investments? What is the deal?
up everything. I'm just going to clean up the stuff that's like actively dangerous, right? And things that are like very inconvenient. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened, and that's why I wasn't on yesterday. And man, what a fucking day.
It's in a giant rat nest where he sleeps. Okay. He's got this nest of various belongings, money, gold, all tucked in there.
What a fucking day. Yeah, Mudahar responded, and yeah. Looks like we're probably going to be cleaning shit up, man.
Oh!
And, I'm a little bit surprised.
Bit of bonus mood to 10.
I'm actually quite surprised, but you dropped your gay card? No, I didn't. Wait, what? No, guys, come on. And stream it? Yeah, we'll see what happens. I got him. And I am gonna get that done. It's in the process of being done now. It's not gonna happen immediately, but it'll take a little bit of time, and then we'll get into it. Cleaning the whole house or just the new mess? I am going to I can just make like a little short list, okay? House problems. Sink doesn't work. Hole in the door that rats get in from.
Oh my god.
Hole in the pantry that rats get in from. Hole in the ceiling because the light fixture fell down. Let's see. Bathroom broken. Let's see. Besides that, okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, garage door destroyed. Garage door broken.
Rats in the garage as well. Don't forget them.
Wasps get in.
There's wasps getting in. There's wasps getting in the garage.
I think those are like kind of some of the big ones, right? I'm trying to think if
also,
there's anything else.
Bathroom broken. What does that even mean? Bathroom. Your bathroom is broken. Normally it's a thing and the bathroom isn't working, but the bathroom is broken.
It's really problematic as well. Oh yeah, mold in the bathroom. Okay.
I mean, I can only talk. I'm in the UK.
Let's see. Besides that, that's not really big. Oh yeah, the roof. Wall. Oh yeah. Hole in my mom's room with water damage. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
I mean, I think this gives the game away, doesn't it? Hole in my mom's room. Well, it's not to be too harsh about it. I mean, your mum's dead. It's not a room anymore. She's passed away. It's like he still conceptualizes the mother as still being there.
Money off depressed people.
Chud, don't be mad just because he lives like an absolute rat king. You need to take Ian's advice and grow some empathy for the tards. Wow, less than 3 Ronda logic.
Okay. Thank you, Sliver, for the $10.
That was another one. And yeah, the new hole from yesterday, obviously. Kitchen cabinet. Oh yeah, kitchen cabinets are rotten, decayed. Okay, let's see. House problems. Okay, that's another one. Okay, besides that, I'm just trying to think. Carpet. Oh yeah, carpet. Carpet is rotten and waterlogged.
Someone said this is like a teardown a second ago, and I was thinking, nah, that seems a bit much, but maybe, is it? Maybe, I don't know much about construction, man, but this seems like your house is absolutely riddled with problems that have gone undealt with. At the very least, this would be like a gutting. You'd have to gut the property in order to establish all the issues, right? But, dude, I mean, fuck, it seems like there's a lot of very fundamental issues that would be quite tricky to just fix now.
Okay, yeah, there's definitely that. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, wall.
Well, the problem is, if you've got these, like, issues where your carpets are rotten and waterlogged, left for long enough, that could actually, I think, and I'm not, listen, I'm speaking way out of my range of knowledge here. I've got not a clue about this stuff. It would just seem fairly intuitive to me that that could lead to structural issues in, like a waterlogged thing could lead to actual structural issues in the framework of your property, right? Because water and stuff getting in and damp getting in, that can lead to mold growing. That can lead to that impacting the structural integrity if it gets bad enough. In the floorboards and stuff, like mold and rot getting in the floorboards can cause it to literally rot away. So it gets to a point where it could be that, yeah, maybe it is a teardown situation. You'd probably... So I think the fairest way of looking at this, you need to completely strip the house to its bare bones, carpets, the lot out, and then you need to take like a... I would have thought like a sort of... we call it like a survey in the UK. And it's where you do like a deep... I think there's a leveled aspect to it. And there's like a survey you get if you're buying a property to make sure it's worth the value it's stated. And there's deeper surveys that can be done that assess the structural integrity of a property down to its fucking, you know, boards, bricks, mortar, etc. And you'd probably need to get that done fully in order to assess it, right? Is that how it would go?
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Flip Flop, thank you for the first super chat. American homes are made of wood. It's compromised. Yeah. During all that work is being done, he won't be able to stream, so my guess is he won't do it. Yeah, but he's fucking minted. You just rent a property out. I mean, fuck me, he could buy a second property and go and live in there. And then once he's finished, rent it out. I mean, dude, it's just... doesn't make any sense, bro. Sat there as your house is seemingly rotting around you. And this stuff is stuff that's been a problem, I presume, for years, and he's not dealt with any of it.
All walls are yellow from smoke. Okay,
No.
let's see, I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much, those are the main ones, right? Need a new paint job? Yeah, I'm trying to think, is there any new issues? That's pretty much a good start, right? Is the foundation good? Yeah, foundation's fine, it's not an issue. And,
okay,
outside
dude,
the house?
The thing is I feel like people give this like mental illness excuse. Would you give this response to some fucking leftoid that's totally worthless and not like doing something important with their life? Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, mental illness gets you so far, right? And I agree with all of the, you know, oh yeah, it's tough to do shit, but at some point you've got to fucking pull your shit together and get your fucking life in order. It's never comes to you. You have to take a step forward, right? It's like, I get the mental illness aspect, but you can't, it's not going to get handed to you on a plate. This is like Bed Blob, but he's a millionaire because he streams, you know?
Outside the house is pretty much all cleaned up, it's fine. I had to get all that done for his inspector came out. There's like a whole situation a while ago. And let's see. New pipes. Oh yeah, well, I think that like there's something, this is probably a good start. Oh yeah. Hole in the wall from when Zach tried to do a front flip onto the bed and kicked the hole in the wall. There's definitely that, but we just put a blanket over that, so that's not really a big issue. Yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, a little bit, a few of these things, right? These would be the ones that I would start with, okay? Just move, bro. The oven works. Yeah, the oven does work. You're on speaker. What, did I forget something? Huh? Well, you're on speaker. What, did I forget something?
He's talking about like it's just another manic Monday, but this house is totally chopped. I mean, yeah, it just... It sounds like it needs to be condemned, right? I mean, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, you remember when I punched a hole in the wall when you were a little kid?
That's right. Yep. Give me a second.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, got it.
Put the door back on your bathroom.
Is his dad?
Your bedroom, the front bedroom.
No, I have that. That's good. The door's fine.
Wait. Okay. If my parent, if Mumsy got wind that I had a property and it was in this state, right? She would like be extremely angry. And I cannot imagine a world where she would just be like on stream. Not that I bring her on stream. I think that's stupid behavior. But she would be on stream being like, yeah, don't forget there's this issue, this issue, this issue. She'd be like fucking on me to fix it and come down and be like, what are you doing with your life, you pathetic wretch? Sort yourself out. Do you know what I mean? Why is his dad just kind of like, yeah, well, you got this problem. Don't forget about that thing and that thing and that thing. Why has his dad got no motivation to like push his son to get his shit in order, assuming it's his dad?
Yeah.
Maybe he's given up. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. No, I did that. I was like 15, 16.
Oh, okay. Well, there's the fact that your bathroom and your mom's bathroom are shitholes.
I have that.
And they need to be redone.
Just stop acting like it's a big deal. Okay, dude. A millionaire living in a condemned property is like apparently not a big deal. How does this guy have all the people are like diligently looking to him for his latest political take, and he lives in a fucking horror house? It's bizarre.
Yeah.
Well, that's not only the mold, but the
Well, that's
toilet.
his guess.
You didn't get a new toilet. You know, you need a new toilet. That thing's a shithole.
Well, that's what they all are. But yeah,
I know that's why they need to be replaced.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, that's the thing to add. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Did you want me to call Matt about?
No. I got Let me call you after I go live, and I've got an update for you on it. But because I did it this morning.
Oh, okay. Because let me check on these guys first before they do the work.
Mm. Okay, that sounds good. All right, thanks, and I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I'll let you know if I'm sure to think of something else.
Right.
Oh my god, dude. He should leave the house gross as a rhetorical trap for people who are shallow and hypocritical. Okay, dude. Yeah, dude, it is literally, you should live in a total wreck shitter house to own the libtards. That is literally the take that you're giving right now. Right.
Okay, all right, yo, bye.
8-0, you gotta be baiting.
Okay, yeah, so there were a couple of things I did forget about, but for the most part, that was about it.
Live in squalor to own the libs.
That's pretty much where we're at right now. And hopefully, we'll get a lot of this done. You should spend a little money. I'm going to. I'm gonna do it. It's not gonna be a big deal. It's not gonna be a problem.
Okay, well, fair enough if he's dealing with it, I guess. But fuck me, dude. What an absolutely wretched beast this guy is. Squandered opportunity. Very disappointing. But hey, listen. If he sorts it out, more power to him, I guess. Right, guys. There we go. That was quite fun. I enjoyed that.